The Assam government has just passed a powerful new bill aimed at putting an end to child marriages. This new law replaces the outdated Assam Muslim Marriage and Divorce Registration Act of 1935, which had loopholes that allowed minors to be married without any government action. In this video, we'll dive into what pushed the Himanta Biswa led government to take this bold step, explore if this could be a major move towards uniform civil code in Assam, and break down the key provisions of the new law. In a recent survey, the National Family Health Survey 5 revealed some concerning statistics about child marriage in India. That is, 3 girls are forced into child marriage per minute in India. Nationally, 23.3% of women aged 20 to 24 were married before they turned 18. In Assam, the situation is particularly alarming, with child marriages increasing from 30.8 to 31.8 during the 2019 and 21 period. Child marriage is not just a social issue, it has serious health implications as well. When adolescent girls who are still growing themselves become pregnant, they face a much higher risk of complications. This puts them at a greater risk of maternal mortality. The sample registration system report by the Registrar General of India highlights this risk, showing that Assam has the highest maternal mortality rate in the country at 215 deaths per 1 lakh live births. The connection between child marriage and maternal mortality is evident. In regions where child marriage is more common, like certain districts in Assam, the risk of maternal deaths is higher. This correlation underscores the urgent need for stronger laws and interventions to address this issue. On day one of a major statewide crackdown on child marriages, the Assam police launched a significant operation across the state. They arrested around 2,000 individuals for allegedly marrying girls under the age of 18. These arrests were made under the POSCO Act and the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act, reflecting the government's serious stance against the child marriage. The highest number of arrests occurred in Biswa district with 137 individuals being detained. Dhubri followed closely with 126 arrests, then Baksa with 120 and Barpeta with 114. Nagaon, Kokrajhar and Hujai districts also reported more than 90 arrests each. Notably, Dhubri, Barpeta and Nagaon are areas with significant Muslim populations, but also with those with the highest arrest numbers. In a second wave of crackdown, more than 900 people were arrested overnight across Assam. According to an analysis by the Indian Express, the majority of those arrested in the recent operations, 62.24%, were from the Muslim community, while the remainder were Hindus and from other communities. As the Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has claimed that the Muslim population in his state is growing by around 30% every 10 years and they will become the majority by 2041, the Assam government has taken steps to reduce the population growth among the Muslim community. He started the Assam Nijut Moina scheme where financial assistance will be given to female students who want to pursue higher education. This will also help Muslim girls get education and enter the economic workforce and not end up being getting married early as per the 1935 law. To give effect to the said objective, the Assam Legislative Assembly took a significant step on August 28, 2024. They passed the Assam Compulsory Registration of Muslim Marriages and Divorces Bill 2024. This proposed law aims to prevent child marriages and marriages without the consent of the parties involved. It also seeks to curb the practice of polygamy in the state. This move comes when Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has set a goal of ending child marriage by 2026. Alongside passing this new bill, the Assam Assembly has repealed an existing law that has been in place for 89 years, which dealt with the Registration of Muslim Marriages and Divorces Act. The new bill regulates marriages between two Muslim individuals, especially focusing on nikah and other ceremony that makes a couple husband and wife according to the Muslim personal law and Islamic rituals. One of the major changes under the new law is that Qazis, who traditionally played a role in registering the Muslim marriages, are no longer involved in the process. Instead, the responsibility falls to the government marriage and divorce registration in each jurisdiction, typically the sub-registrar. For a marriage to be registered under this law, 7 key conditions must be met. Among these, some of the most important are the bride must be 18 years old and the groom must be 21 years old before marriage can take place. The marriage must also be based on free consent of both parties. Additionally, at least one of the individuals must have lived in the district where the marriage is being registered. The couple must also not be within a prohibited degree of relationship as defined by the Muslim law. Couples are required to provide at least 30 days notice to the registering officer before their marriage can be registered. This notice must include documents that verify their identities, ages, and place of existence, a requirement similar to that in the Special Marriage Act. During this 30-day period, any objections to the marriage can be raised if there is a violation in the conditions set out in the bill. The registrar will then investigate his objections. If the marriage is found to be in violation, the registrar has the authority to refuse to solemnize it. In such cases, the bill allows for 2 levels of appeal, first to district registrar and to the Registrar General of Marriages. The new law also includes strict measures to prevent child marriages. If the registering officer discovers that either party is underage during the document verification process, they must report it immediately to the jurisdiction's Child Marriage Protection Officer as per the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006. The officer must also pass on relevant documents to help prosecute those who violate the law and to ensure appropriate legal action is being taken. This bill holds registering officers accountable, making it clear that any officer who knowingly and willfully registers a marriage that does not meet the legal conditions can face imprisonment for up to 1 year and a fine of up to Rs 50,000. While the bill's provisions are meant to strengthen the regulation of marriage, it also states that these rules are meant to complement and not replace the existing Muslim personal laws. However, this raises an important question, as under the Muslim personal law, a marriage is considered valid once the bride has reached puberty, which is generally presumed to occur by the age of 15. This discrepancy is currently under legal scrutiny, with the Supreme Court agreeing to an early hearing on whether Muslim personal law permitting child marriages should take precedence over protection or prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006, a matter on which different high courts have previously made varying rulings. Aminul Islam, MLA of the opposition AIUDF from Mankachar, questioned the need to repeal the 1935 Act if the primary objective was to prevent child marriages. This objective could have been achieved by amending Section 8 and 10 of the old Act. Islam argued that the 1935 Act had been amended as recently as in 2010 to make registrations under the Act compulsory. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma responded that these amendments would not have sufficed and that the government's intention was also to end the role of qazis. He referred to the government's crackdown against child marriages last year, in which more than 4,000 people had been arrested, mostly men who had married underaged girls, and their relatives and religious functionaries who had solemnized these marriages. The Chief Minister further added that we have found that qazis register child marriages. When the cases came up in the High Court, they said that they have the power to register the child marriages, and the High Court gave them bail because the qazis have the power to register child marriages under the Muslim Marriage and Divorce Registration Act. It means that qazis are not opposed to child marriages in principle. This meant that this will increase accountability. The Assam government is moving forward with the plans to introduce a uniform civil code. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma recently shared that the state cabinet has been discussing both the UCC and polygamy with the plans to merge these issues into a comprehensive legislation. The primary aim is to address polygamy and create a safer environment for women in the state. Today there is a ban on the child marriages, and tomorrow there will be a new law to remove more illegalities. Jai Hind.